Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. You see what's going on out there in Saudi with the heavyweights? Well, it's starting to trickle down to the other weight divisions. Cruiserweight, light heavyweight, have an undisputed distinction coming up with Bivol and Bertabiev. And also looking at the welterweight division to start getting some big names over in Saudi. But there's a couple things, right? First of all, Kinahan started all this. It goes all the way back to the Super 6 tournaments, all the way back to going out to Pakistan and with Amir Khan and just Dubai and Kinahan just putting pokers in the fire and allowing them all to heat up all throughout the Middle East, right? But don't for 1 second be so gullible to think that the Saudis just woke up one day and decided to become experts on boxing and just decided they were going to make a few phone calls and somehow be able to legally, with and it being totally ignorant to the processes and just infiltrate the boxing market. Don't just for 1 second think this is just something they just decided to do without any true brain behind the scenes. Now, I really believe what we're seeing take place is the blueprint that was laid out by Kinahan and his initial team. Now, Kinahan's gone into hiding. We all know that he is, but I truly believe that authorities know where he's at. I truly believe the authorities out there in the Middle East and in Africa, they protect Kinahan, they protect his dad. I believe at the end of the day, in some sports they say skills pay the bills. In boxing they say skills pay the bills. But I truly believe when it comes to Kinahan situation, money talks and everything else walks. Let me explain something to you. All of this skills challenge promotion and what you see happening with this guy Turkey Al-Sheikh, I think if you trace it all back, I think when you get to the root of everything, you'll see that it all started with the seed planted by Kinahan. And the people who were involved with those processes, or that vision, those people are still out here involved with boxing out there in the Middle East. Now, I don't know what the deal is with Kinahan anymore. The trial's supposed to be starting this year. I'm looking forward to that. But what I will tell you is, everything that's taking place, this is secret society on full display for the world to see. It is. And what you're seeing now with these sanctioning bodies, it's kind of, for me, when I watch a boxing match now, man, it's, I'll always watch them because I love boxing, but I watch it and I question everything. Unless the guy just gets knocked out cold, I question everything. I really do. It's hard for me not to. You see, all four sanctioning bodies are behind the Saudis. I understand the money. I understand these guys want to make money. But damn, all four sanctioning bodies are okay with what's taking place. So what it makes me ask the question, with these sanctioning bodies, could they have been okay with some things that were taking place years ago, as far as corruption, as far as some decisions being made that probably shouldn't have happened, some knockouts happening, some stoppages happening, some Tony Weeks involvement type stuff. Makes you wonder, how about some of these tests? Guys testing positive for things, guys and girls testing positive for things, the other things that they don't, they're not getting tested, or they get tested and get popped and it comes up as an atypical find. Just really think a conversation needs to be had, man. I hear some of these boxers talking about who put boxing on the map. That's Anthony Joshua. Let me tell you something. Boxing's been around long before Anthony Joshua. And so has corruption. Okay? And when the athletes who we are watching today and enjoy fighting, once they retire, there'll be other athletes there, and they'll come on and they'll make some noise. But the one thing that we know will also be there is the corruption in boxing. Now you have it out there in Saudi. Tyson Fury, Usyk are about to fight. Then you got AJ and Ngannou about to fight. Let's just look at this Ngannou shit, right? Now, I'm rooting for Ngannou. But anybody stop and ask themselves, with all the work these heavyweight boxers have put in, right? How has Ngannou come to the sport and his first 2 fights, he gets the number 1 and number 3 guy? You think that has something to do with Ngannou signing to the PFL and agreeing to be exclusive to Saudi Arabia, and for him to try to grow sports, not just in Saudi but in Africa? You don't think there's some things going on there? I'll tell you something, man. I want Ngannou to make the most money possible. I mean, he's just leapfrog everybody. You know, just leapfrog everybody. And now he's here, about to make 20 million plus. AJ making 50 million. Fury making damn near 100 million. Usyk making a gang of money. Usyk signed the Skills Challenge Promotions. And then you got other guys who don't want to go along with things. They're just being ostracized. Oscar De La Hoya came out and ran his mouth. I need to save this for another video. Not all fights need to go to Saudi. The damn Turkey Al-Sheikh said, we will miss him. It's like sarcastically, like, nobody worried about you. I just think in the next 3 years, boxing, if the Saudis continue down this path, the next 3 years, things can get interesting here stateside, because they're doing what they're doing, really. They don't need promoters. They don't need a manager. They don't need promoters, nothing. Deontay Wilder came and talked about that when he went over to the Saudi when Tommy Fury and Jake Paul was fighting. No manager, no promoter. We just talk to you, the fighter. You come, you fight, we'll talk to you. And then you decide if you want to go talk to your promoter and manager. And that's what you're seeing. And as long as they stay involved in boxing and they keep putting the money into it, I can see where you can see a total overhaul as far as the landscape of boxing and the hierarchy of boxing. I think you can see that completely change. Because at the end of the day, fighters want their money. And I'm sure if they could avoid going through a promoter, they would, especially when you hear the horror stories of how some of these promoters treat their fighters. But I'm going to tell you right now, Kinahan started all of this. All of it, man. There's all kind of, y'all can go out there and just read. The amount of stuff I've read on this guy and what he was involved with, it's crazy. Pro Bellum. It's crazy. He has a lot to do with everything. And you know why De La Hoya said something about not all fights need to go to Saudi? Because Kinahan and those guys had something to do with Schaefer leaving his ass. And De La Hoya is sour about that. What I'm telling you is a fact. You go read up on it. That's why De La Hoya, nobody wants to deal with him. And De La Hoya is he's dissing the Saudis. And that's why De La Hoya is stupid. He hurting his own guys. Why wouldn't you want to go over there and fight in Saudi if you can make my kids? They're making a bunch of noise. They got friends over. Why wouldn't you want to take your fighters over there to make millions of dollars? Because they ain't getting that shit over here in the States. That being said, man, y'all keep cool. It's happening right in front of our faces, man. Let's see. So this is January. By December, I'm going to do a follow-up video. And let's see what all transpires between now and December. But at the end of the day, as Kinahan and Tyson Fury in this picture, in Saudi Arabia, funky fresh in the flesh, chilling. And Kinahan told that man, believe in me, I will lead you back to the top of the heavyweight division to unimaginable wealth. And boy, oh boy, did he do that for Tyson Fury. And I'm not making that up. Those aren't my words. So hold your horses and don't take it to the stupid. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, 7 continents, in the breeze.